This is the Galaxy S26 Ultra. With every new leak, the full picture is coming together and becoming clearer. This device promises big changes, with the most powerful performance yet, real improvements in design, display, cameras, and even a better battery. Today, I'll reveal all the confirmed leaks about Samsung's next flagship, including the price and expected release date. The Galaxy S25 Ultra was one of the most underwhelming releases in recent years. Samsung only made minor tweaks here and there, and even a few surprising downgrades. This left many fans of the series frustrated and clearly disappointed. Then came the iPhone 17 Pro Max, the real rival of the Galaxy S Ultra, bringing the biggest upgrades Apple has made in years and reigniting the excitement around the iPhone 17 lineup. Now, it's Samsung's turn to respond, and as we get closer to the Galaxy S26 Ultra launch, things are shaping up to be completely different this time, with major upgrades finally on the way and real changes we've been waiting for. So, without wasting any time, let's jump straight into the design. The latest leaks confirmed that the Galaxy S26 Ultra is going to be thinner and lighter than its predecessor, coming in at 7.9mm and 217 grams instead of 8.2mm and 218 grams we saw on the S25 Ultra. So yeah, it's definitely beating the iPhone 17 Pro Max in that area, which measures 8.75mm and weighs 244 grams. A big difference. That's way thicker and heavier. This basically makes the S26 Ultra one of the slimmest and lightest flagships next year, and for sure, way more comfortable to hold. Another thing Samsung has worked on to make the grip even better compared to the S25 Ultra is the corners. With the S26 Ultra, the corners will also be more rounded and smooth chamfered edges. The whole body just looks and feels smoother in the hand. There are some leaks I'm not completely convinced about, saying these are the new colors of the S26 Ultra, with Samsung kinda copying Apple's iPhone 17 Pro color Cosmic Orange. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Samsung actually did that. Even though this new design makes it comfier to use, many people still think the boxy design of the S24 Ultra was the peak of Samsung's design language. What do you think, guys? Personally, I really like the S25 Ultra's design, and I'm pretty sure I'll like the S26 Ultra's look too. But with this thinner and rounder body, there are two small things to watch out for. First, the back of the phone, especially the cameras, and second, the S Pen. Starting with the cameras, they're now placed on a raised island that protrudes by about 4.5mm. It definitely looks cleaner and way more premium than those rings on the S25 Ultra. But the downside is the phone will still wobble like a seesaw when it's lying flat on a table. And for the S Pen, with how thin and rounded the new design is, it's pretty much confirmed that the S25 Ultra's S Pen won't fit inside. There's good news and bad news about that. But before we get into it, let's flip the phone to the front and talk a little about the display. And when it comes to the display, let's be real. Nobody does it better than Samsung. Their screens have always been top tier, but somehow they're taking it even further next year. The S26 Ultra keeps the same 6.9-inch dynamic AMOLED display, but is powered by new display tech, COE, and Samsung's latest M14 panel. So what does that mean for us? Higher peak brightness, hitting 6,000 nits on HDR content, sharper, more accurate colors and deeper blacks, and better power efficiency, which means longer battery life. Samsung's also throwing in a third-gen anti-reflection coating, so outdoor visibility is going to be even better. And on top of all that, there's a new privacy display feature called Flex Magic Pixel. It uses AI to limit screen visibility and dim the side angles, perfect for keeping your stuff private in public. All in all, it's pretty clear Samsung's taking display tech to the next level and staying way ahead of the competition. What about the cameras on the Galaxy S26 Ultra? That's the part everyone's really hyped about, hoping for a big camera upgrade. And here's where things get interesting. Samsung isn't chasing bigger megapixel numbers this year. Instead, they're actually reworking the lenses. According to Ice Universe, the S26 Ultra will keep the same four sensors: a 200 megapixel main, 50 megapixel ultra-wide, 3x telephoto, and 5x periscope telephoto. But the real changes are in the small details. The main camera jumps from f1.7 to f1.4, a wider aperture that lets in roughly 47% more light. The periscope zoom goes from f3.4 to f2.9, allowing about 38% more light. That means better night photos, cleaner details, and faster shutter speeds. The ultra-wide stays the same at 50 megapixels. And while some reports say the 3x telephoto lens could finally upgrade upgrade to 12 megapixels. Ice Universe claims the 10 megapixels sensor will actually be smaller than the one on the S25 Ultra. Overall, Samsung will not deliver a revolution in hardware with the S26 Ultra's cameras, but these tweaks are definitely gonna level up the photography experience, even though we're still hoping to see a bit more from them. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. The S26 Ultra will come with the new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy, built on the 3nm process. It's about 20% faster and 20% more efficient than the 8 Elite we saw in the S25 Ultra. And interestingly, Samsung's 2nm Exynos is making a comeback, likely powering the other S26 models. The Ultra will stick with Qualcomm's chip globally, and based on early benchmark numbers, this processor is shaping up to be the most powerful in the world, and the 4 Galaxy version of the S26 Ultra will be even stronger. Samsung is also optimizing thermal management, which means higher sustained performance and less throttling during gaming or 4K video recording. And this time, it's not about chasing benchmark numbers, it's about making that power last. Now, if you were hoping for a massive battery upgrade, let me say, or let Samsung say, not today. The S26 Ultra keeps the 5000 mAh battery for the 6th year in a row, quite the record, but thanks to better efficiency from the chipset and display, you can expect longer battery life anyway. What is changing though is charging. Several reliable sources, including Ice Universe, confirm that Samsung is finally upgrading to 60-watt wired charging, a huge step up from the 45-watt limit we've had for years. Wireless charging also gets an upgrade, 25-watt Qi 2, with magnetic alignment just like Apple's MagSafe. Maybe Samsung will call it the Galaxy Black Hole, the most powerful magnetic charging in the universe. Don't mind me, I'm just kidding. Before we talk about price and release date, let's get into what I promised at the beginning, the S Pen. The good news, it's still there, and will come with the S26 Ultra. Because of the new design tweaks, Samsung had to make a few small changes so it fits better inside the thinner frame. Now the curved tip of the S Pen fits perfectly and completes the overall look of the phone. Now for the bad news. We all know how Samsung ditched the Bluetooth feature on the S Pen of the S25 Ultra, and that caused a wave of backlash. A lot of people thought they'd bring it back this year, but nope. This feature's gone for good, for reasons I explained in a previous video. Our only hope now is that Samsung keeps the S Pen in the future, cause some leaks suggest it might be removed completely with the S27 Ultra. Let's really hope that doesn't happen. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to drop in January 2026 during Samsung's Galaxy Unpacked event. Samsung knows Ultra users don't compromise. They just want something that feels premium and worth it. So leaks say the price should be about the same as the S25 Ultra, starting around $1,299, maybe a bit higher depending on where you are, US, UK, or elsewhere. So what do you think? Which Galaxy phone are you using right now? And are you thinking about upgrading? Let me know down in the comments. And if you want to see more video leaks, check out this next video. Leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.